Hi students, today we'll continue learning about radicals and rational expressions. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to simplify the nth roots and rational exponents. So here's a quick tutorial on nth roots and rational exponents. So first we'll talk about square roots. For example, x to the 1/2 is the same as the square root of x. Now let me show you how this works out. This 2 right here is actually hidden here because we call this the square root. So we usually assume that there's a 2 already here. This 1 right here is because x is to the power of 1, which usually we don't write. So looking at an example with the number 16, we want to take the square root of 16. This is also written as 16 to the 1/2, which we rewrite as the square root of 16. Notice that there's 2 because we assume it's square root. 16 is to the power of 1, so we don't need to write that, but really there is a 1 here. So breaking down 16 practically, we know that 16 is 4 times 4. 4 breaks down to 2 times 2, and this 4 times 2. So we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. When we do square root, we're looking for pairs. So this pair of 2 can come out, and this pair can also come out. So our final answer for the square root of 16 would be times 2, which is 4. Now let's go on and talk about cubed roots. So for example, we have x to the 1/3. So again, we have this radical sign with the x here. And if we're talking about cube root, there's a 3 the cube that's right here. And this 1, this exponent, is because x is to the power of 1. Now using the number 16 again, we have 16 to the 1/3, which is written as the cube root of 16. Again, the 3 is here, so it's the cube root, and this 1 on the unit is actually right here. So 16 breaks down to 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. When we're talking about cube roots, instead of looking for a pair, we're looking for the circle because when you find a group of 3, you can take that out. So now we have 2 on the outside and this 2 left over underneath the square root sign. Or I'm sorry, underneath the symbol to keep the radicals straight here. Next, the fourth root. So looking at this example, we can write this as the fourth root of x, where there's a 4 here as the denominator of this exponent, and a 1 here being the numerator. So showing an example, we have 16 to the 1/4. We write that as the fourth root of 16. And really there is a 1 here as well, which we don't need to write. So we have the same thing, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. This time, with fourth root, we're looking for 4. So a group of 4 of the same number is out. So the fourth root of 16 is 2. And lastly, to generalize, we can do any root that we want. The 6, 7, up to the 100 if we'd like to. So we can write this as the nth root of x, depending on what this number is. And because there's a 1, we always know that there's a 1. So the nth root of 16, depending on what number they put here, we can simplify as we go on. Now let's try a couple examples. So to simplify the cube root of 54x to the 4th. So first, as always, we're going to put it back to 54. So breaking that down, 54 is 2 times 27. Break down 27, 3 times 9, and 9 is 3 times 3. Circle the very end, 2, 3, 3, and 3. This really should not be circled here because this is not the end of the tree here. And writing those numbers underneath the cube root, we have 2 times 3 times 3 times 3, which equals 54, and then the 4 x's here. Now we're looking for the cube root, so I need to circle 3. So there's a group of 3 here, so I know the 3 can come out. And I can circle 3 x's, so I know an x can come out. So I have a 3 on the outside, an x on the outside, and then the cube root of what's left over. And in this case, there's a 2 left on the inside without another group, and also this x. So this is my final answer. Now, example 2. We're turning up a little bit, and we have 8x squared to the 2/3 power. So think back to our last where we had this nth root, where it shows x to the 1 over n. So let's write that again just to refresh. X to the 1 over n, and that equaled the nth root of x when there was a 1 here. So it changes because now we have 2/3 here as the exponent. So look how we write that in the radical form. We can put this number is not the root right here as a two-thirds, and the numerator of this fraction 2 goes right here, as we saw on the last page. And 8x squared is the part that we use for radical. Let's go ahead and simplify. So 8x squared the entire part squared, we can write this way, 8x squared twice. So now simplify to the 4. So the number 8 here is 2 times 2 times 2. And 8 is also 2 times 2, writing all the x's. Now remember, we're in cube root, so we're looking for a group of 3. So I can circle that group of 3. Circle this of 3. And now I'm looking for 3 x's to circle. So I have, break it up here, there's 2 x's here, and then this x right here. So that came out. The only thing that's left underneath the cube root line is this little x. Now write this out. So this came out here. This also came out here. Blue x is the only thing left underneath. Now we simplify and we got 4x, 3x. Go ahead and try these couple problems, and I'll see you guys in class 12.